Hello everyone. In the previous video we have learned about demand forecasting, methods of demand forecasting, and also about the different types of demand forecasting, right? Today in this video we are going to learn about a new topic. We are going to enter into a new chapter, that is production and cost analysis. Till now, whatever the topics we have seen in the previous videos are completely related to demand, how we calculate the future demand or how we estimate the demand or all those things, like what are the input factors and all those things. But here we are going to learn about the production and cost analysis. Production and cost analysis is nothing but what is the amount of product that you're going to produce, what is the quantity of output that you're going to get, and what is the cost that you're going to implement for that. So that is what you're going to learn in this production and cost analysis. So first let's learn what is the production function. Okay, first, what is the production function? A production function is nothing but it will express a relationship between input and also output of a firm or industry at any time. Input, a firm or an industry or a company, whatever it is, it will have a particular input factors, right? And also some output. So what is the relationship between this input and output? How they are changing when we are giving some X amount of input, what is the output? Okay, all those will be known by using this production function. Got it? So if we see the mathematical expression of production function, you can express it as Q is equal to F of A, B, C, D, where Q is the output factor and A, B, C, D are the input factors. As I already said you, a production function gives us the relationship between the input factors and also the output factors. So this production function, this is the output factor, this Q is the output factor, and this A, B, C, D are the input factors. Q is nothing but quantity of output. What is the output that the company or that particular industry has produced is nothing but Q. Okay, quantity of output. And A, B, C, D are, as I already said you, the other input factors like land, labor, capital, organization. Okay, land, that amount of land that you are using for that particular industry, whether you are using 2 acres of land or 1 acre of land or 5 acres of land, that amount of land, and also labor, how much labor you are using, whether you are using 100 members per day or 200 members per day, like that. What is the amount of labor that you are using, what is the amount of wage that you are giving to your labor, and all those things. And the next one is the capital. Capital is nothing but what is the amount of money that you are going to invest on that particular company. So what is your initial capital, what is your initial budget is nothing but your capital. The next one is organization and your type of organization, whether it is a large scale organization or small scale. All those comes under this organization. Okay, Q is the output and A, B, C, D are the input factors that are going to decide the amount of output that is going to be generated. So what is the disadvantage that you have got in this function, in this mathematical expression? You have got a disadvantage. What does that means? See, when you express any input or output relationship by using this mathematical expression, you will not know how quantity Q will change when input factors are changed. When any of the input factors, either A or B or C or D, when any one is changed, how Q is changed. Suppose if A is increased, whether Q is going to increase or decrease, you cannot predict that. And if you decrease it, you cannot predict what is going to happen to Q when you change one of the input factor. That is the disadvantage that you have in this expression. Okay, the disadvantage is nothing but when one of the input factor is changed, you cannot predict the change in the output factor, whether it is going to increase or it is going to decrease. So in order to express this relationship perfectly, that means in order to even to explain the changes, we have another function. Let us see what is that function. So to express the relationship between the inputs and outputs, how they are changing depending on the increasing or the decreases that are going to happen in it, you can express it as y is equal to a plus b of x. This is another new production function that you have got. In this production function, what you're going to learn means y is the output as usually, but here x is the variable when x changes, y also changes. So y will change with respect to the change in x. If x increases, y will increase, or if x decreases, y will decrease, depending upon the relationship, whether they are directly proportional or inversely proportional. So this is the new production function that you have got. This production function is especially introduced in order to even predict the change in the output when the input factors are changed. Okay, clear? This is about production function. So in this video you have learned about the production function, right? You got a clarity what is the production function. It is nothing but it gives us the relationship between input and output factors. You also know what are the input factors and also the output factors, right? So in the next coming videos we are going to learn about the isoquant and also about the isocause and their graphs and all. Okay, thank you.